We just published actually the magazine on the gender and climate change. So I learned a lot also from this panel. My question is, even though it's in the Asian Pacific, it's not only the region that affected by the climate change, but we see the diversity and how women, how gender was, diversity in terms of the effect, the implication of climate change. That women in the global south, especially like from developing countries, are different. Their suffering and their resistance are also, their coping strategy also different. I'm also very encouraging to hear that from like a developed country like Korea in this region, I would also take responsibility. My question regard to this is that apart from the new energy, the new strategy of growth, what's its beyond that, like the women, because Professor mentioned this is still marketing oriented. So it's based on, for example, the new technology. Are you shared for free with the region, with the countries in this region, and in this greenhouse that the women in household, are they practice the gender equality in this new build, the house that using the new technology, or they maintain their traditional gender roles in the family? Is my question.
Please, identify yourself.
I'm Salma Khan, former chair of CEDAW, and right now I'm the coordinator of bridging process in Bangladesh. I would like to thank the Korean Women's Network for really, taking up the issue so intensively. Korea is a highly industrialized country. So whatever you are doing, you did mention, of course, that it is not only. Sorry. Anyway. Very sorry. Again, a technology problem. Anyway, what I wanted to say that obviously you have mentioned that carbon emission is not the only, kind of issue in this respect. But why, when you have worked so intensely on the issue, why have you not given more importance to shut it off? Why have you not at least raised the issue that what is to be done in case of natural disaster? How women can protect themselves? I don't know, maybe Korea is not subjected to that kind of natural disaster. But women are so vulnerable in time of natural disaster, and that is also a creation of industrialization, particularly countries like Korea. So, and also what we are noticing that countries which are trying to protect themselves, at the same time they are very much kind of oblivious about the problem which are being created by these countries in do you monitor your export market? Many of these things are being exported which are technologically sort of adverse to women's health in general and public health. Because I wouldn't like to mention the name of the country, but still I'm mentioning like many of the Japanese cars which are outdated, declared outdated, outmoded, and totally, the kind of contrary to environmental protection are being exported to countries like ours at a very cheap rate. So unless you do this kind of a monitoring, I'm sure many of Korean technologies are being exported in other countries which are detrimental to women's health in particular. So unless you do that as a comprehensive sort of approach, then maybe women in general are not going to get benefit out of a wonderful work what you are doing. And also women's participation, because we have seen that during disaster, it has already been mentioned by the previous gentleman that particularly in the developing countries there is a loss of, not only loss of livelihood, but loss of personal security. They are 10 times more vulnerable to violence against women, and it has also been mentioned that women are dying more. Why women are dying more? Because of natural disaster. Because to begin with, there were no protection system developed to protect women. So women, there should be more women in the decision-making process also at the relief and rehabilitation situation, because even today in the essential pack, relief pack, there are no sanitary napkin, because nobody even would mention that the sanitary napkin is something which is very urgently needed. And also lastly, I would mention about the cost sharing, because this is also something for poorer countries. Unless there is a more generous approach in this regard, then it is only few countries are going to get benefit out of it. Anyway, thank you very much to Korea.
Thank you. Last question.